Good afternoon, everybody. This is Charles with Adams Adventures in S.S.L. And today we're going to put together a greenies raised bed. These are a few I bought a couple of years ago and just never got around to getting them built. And it's really quick and easy. How durable they are, I'll have to let you know on that. They're made out of cedar and they're bigger than what I thought, but smaller than what we need. But I'd already bought them, so we'll utilize them for beets and carrots and so forth. And anyway, it's just going to show you us getting one together. And here's where I'm needing the goats at. All this back up in here. Focus. Anyway, it's all like this, all up and down the fence row. This is where I'm wanting to put the goats at, just to help get everything all cleaned up. There's the chair I used to sit in the afternoons when I got in. I'm gonna have to trim up this boat arc tree here. It's all hanging over from the neighbor side. And we plan on getting this all done here in the next month or two. Anyway, it's like this all the way back. And like I said, we need the goats to help and the tractor to help finish it up. Sorry about that, folks. Of course, as usual, sit here videoing and the battery goes dead. That's what I get for not checking it before I came out. Anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna try the no-till there in front of the deck with potatoes, and in the raised beds we're going to put beets and onions and radishes and probably cucumbers on the lower ends. On the deeper ends is where, on the higher sides is where we'll put the onions and everything. And like I said, I've got to get the tractor out here to get a mess cleaned up. Behind me you can see the 2 blue barrels. Those are for potatoes also. Yes, we go through a lot of potatoes. And I've got to get my okra and tomatoes planted. I've got one more of the raised beds inside the house that I put on during the rain, and get it out here. And that whole raised bed there is going to be dedicated to tomatoes only. Yeah, I'm sitting in my grandma's old chair. This thing's about 70 years old, and every time I sit in it I can't help but rock. You'll have to forgive me. Here was our quail pen, right over there. Has a cover for it, and the quail died before we got it. I don't understand what happened to them. They were in good sized pens, as you can see right there in front of it, and everything was going good. They had put on weight and was just about getting old enough to start laying, and we walked out one morning and they were all dead. So that was with the Butler quails. With the Kortnick's quail we had a whole lot better luck, and I believe we're going to go back with it. I've got more wire to put around the bottom to keep the little devils from escaping. We've got a massive chicken pen in the back, which, like I said, I'm doing away with it. I'm going to turn it into a garden spot. So I left the chickens on it for too long and had the ducks, and we even raised a pig in there, and it's been turned over and turned over and turned over, and the grass is really taking off now. Now I just said that, and I may have to take it back, because I'll probably put chickens back into it again to get all the grass picked out of it, to get it ready to go, and then get it tilled up. And we're going to build the chicken tractors so that we can move them and help keep everything under, all the grass and weeds and everything under control here. And like I said, we're just carrying on. We've got peach trees planted, plum trees that are 6 or 7 years old. Here in the back we've got peach trees that are 20 years old that, yep, you can see them sticking up over the back of the house. I didn't know anything about peach trees when I planted these, but the first 2 peach trees that we planted here, I had gone to the Walmart or Kroger, I don't remember where, but they had some nice peaches there, and my wife loves them, and I bought her a dozen of them, and she made me a peach cobbler, and she just ate the rest of them. But she just looked at me and says, I wonder what would happen if I throw the seeds out the back door. And let me take you back there and show you. And well, that's going to be a story for another day. But like I said, 20 plus years ago, she threw 4 peach seeds out the back. The bodark trees that were back there dropped all their leaves and everything, covered the seeds up, and I guarantee you I've got about 40 peach trees back there now. I have to keep cutting them down and transplanting them, and on this property here, that's really all I got to do is take peach seeds, cover them up with leaves, set them out, and that next year you've got trees sprouting, and then 3 years later they're producing peaches. When I had my bee removal business and was keeping bees, I didn't prune them or anything and let them go, because then once they dropped to the ground and the bees would feed off of them and we would get peach honey, and you want to talk about something that was delicious. But anyway, let me get the tractor back there and get that mess cleaned up, because there's a lot of brush that I really didn't feel like fighting to get through. It's still pretty wet back there, and we'll cover that another day. Okay everybody, that's it for the day. I'm starting to ramble, so we'll talk to y'all next time.